Howdy, welcome back to more Space Engineers, and this is the first episode of the Survival Guide series. Today, we're going to get started with how to build your world, get started, and how to best survive your first day in Space Engineers. Let's go. Okay, we're going to start where every new game starts. New game. You're going to come in here and you're going to first see scenarios, which is a bunch of scenarios you can start with and actually try out. They're like mini games. They can be a lot of fun. And I would suggest going through and picking out some of the early game ones that are supposed to teach you how to play the game. Learning to survive and first jump are great ones to play. They can be a lot of fun and they'll teach you what you need to know. But if you don't want to do that, you can just watch my videos because I'm going to continue this series trying to be explanatory as we go. Now, we're going to look at Workshop. Actually gives you the ability to subscribe to workshop items and workshop games, workshop scenarios, and play those on here. Custom game, which is where we're going to start. We can start on an alien planet, an asteroid armory, yada yada yada. If you're looking for an easier start, I would suggest going to one of the Earth-like starts or alien planet starts or something like that. Maybe even the Pertam orbit, but I'm not sure about that one. We're going to start in the star system, start option, and we're going to come in and we're going to change this to friends, which means any of my Steam friends will be able to come join me on this playthrough. Well, 4 of them will, because we're not going to change that option there. We're going to rename this so that we know what it's called. Guide, Season 1, Episode 1. Because, why not? Make sure autosave is enabled. And now you're going to go into advanced options. These options here will help to change the difficulty of your game. Make it harder, make it easier, all the nice things you want to change. So I would suggest going through these and looking at them. We're going to keep it almost strictly vanilla generic settings right from the start though. One of the things we're going to do is we are going to enable spectator because I need spectator for some of the cinematic stuff. We're going to enable in-game scripts. This is not available to everybody. I need this on so I can actually go through some of the scripting stuff in the game. But we're going to avoid scripts at all costs on most of our builds, if not all of our builds. We're going to enable wolves, enable drones, enable spiders. We're going to make sure air tightness and oxygen are enabled. I do believe that's it. If you're playing on a console, though, you're going to want to make sure that Enable Aim Assist is turned on. Because Enable Aim Assist is going to allow you to actually hit your targets when you're trying to aim with a controller, which can be difficult. So, we'll turn that on. We've got this all set up. I'm going to add one mod and one mod only. This mod is not a game mod. This is a sound mod. All it's going to do is make the tools, the hand tools I'm using, quieter. And that's going to be used primarily for, if I can type, for making my videos. It just makes the tool sounds quieter so I can leave some of the ambient sounds in there and not deafen the people listening to the video. So sneaky tools, you can just double click that and it will go over into the mods, the active mods, and hit OK. Now we've got this all set up, we're ready to go. We're going to click start and that will save the world, download the one mod we've chosen, and load everything for us. We'll be right back when this is done loading. Alright, so once the game loads this world, you're going to be presented with your spawn options for your first spawn. You can come in and you can check a planet. So if we click on Mars, you can see difficulty normal, Titan, difficulty hard, and it's going to give you a preview of the ship you're going to actually start with. Ship is really putting it generously. That is a drop pod and a drop pod only. There's no moving parts on it. So yeah, come through, check these. You get a little preview of the ship. You get to see the planet from afar. You can actually see what's going on. Space pod gives you that ship in the middle of space. That's actually kind of an easy start. There's some difficulty to it, but it's not hard. Spacesuit, on the other hand, is almost impossible. Now, we're going to start on the Earth-like planet because that's the first planet. So why not? We're going to click on Earth-like drop pod. You're going to see that it comes with this drop pod right here. And we're going to hit spawn. Sorry, respawn. Now, once you come in, you'll be falling towards the planet. You have no controls. You have no gyros on here. You can't move this at all. You just kind of have to wait and hit the ground. So check your inventory. You'll see that you have a weapon, some ammo, and a data pad here. Pull the data pad out, open it up, and you can see that this is going to give us the location of a station. We're going to hit create GPS marker, hit OK. We're going to move that back into the inventory. Alright, so we've made it to our first landing. And this is not a bad landing area, actually. I've had worse. Not upset at all with this landing. Change our camera back to first person. One of the first things we need to do, since we're here, you can see that respawn pod marker. That will stay there. That is a dynamic GPS that you only get from your respawn pod. As far as I can tell, you only get it from your respawn pod, and it doesn't really matter how far away you get. You'll always be able to see that. Now, we're stuck here. We've got nothing we can really do. So the only thing we can do is we need to get started with building some of this stuff. And the developers have given us some clues as to what we're supposed to do. If we come down here and we look at our toolbar, you can actually get into this menu by hitting G. You have light armor blocks. You have a basic assembler, a basic refinery, a wind turbine, solar panels, which we don't really need, and landing gear. Alright, so we can build all of that. The landing gear, we're going to have to grind that down and build it just to unlock the progression. You don't need to grind it all the way, you just need to grind it so it's below that functional line over there or below the hack. And then you pull out your torch and you should be able to just put those pieces right back into it. And you'll see that we have unlocked some items in our G menu. That just means we've opened up some more blocks that we're able to make. So, now, since we have to start out, the first thing we have to do is we need to find a spot and we need to start digging. More than likely, you're not going to have any resources near you, which you can see I don't. But you need to get to stone, because you can process some stone. So I'm going to start digging a little bit of mine here. And I like to go down at an angle, because I play without my jetpack turned on in a lot of my playthroughs. But if your jetpack's turned on, you don't strictly need to worry about that. So, here we are, we're getting down to the stone. So I'm going to, that was right click drilling, that just clears stuff away. Now that we're down to the stone, I'm going to left click and actually get stone that comes out. And you just need to pick this up. And that's done by hitting F. There is a mod out there that's auto ore pickup. I would recommend that mod, but it's not strictly required. So yeah, I'm going to have to dig up a bunch of stone here to be able to do this. So I'm going to take a jump cut here, and we're going to deposit our stone in, and we'll be right back once I have enough stone to actually do something. Alright, we're back, and I just wanted to point this out to you. Because I have the inventory size turned down on all of these, it's only at 3x inventory size for block inventory. I run out of space in the blocks, and I'm not able to deposit everything in there. You can see we're at 35 liters of 1,000 liters. So inventory space is something you have to worry about. To fix that problem, to make that problem a little easier to handle, you can actually go in and change it from 3x all the way up to 10x, where you'll be able to just dump tons of resources into every block. And let's see if I actually have enough stuff to build what we need to build. We need to build a basic assembler. You can come over here and you can click add to build planner, and that's added right there. We need the basic refinery, add that to build planner. And I know that we're going to need probably 2 wind turbines, which are underneath this solar panel. So we'll come over, we'll click on the wind turbine, and we'll hit add with build planner, add it to build planner twice, not 3 times. Alright, so we have those added to build planner. I'm also going to come up and try to get some extra steel plates by adding 1 large steel light armor block to the build planner. Now, I can easily come in and just go add components from build planner to production queue, and this will add them to the production queue for me. Takes all the guesswork out. It's just going to make all this stuff for me. I don't think I'm going to have enough resources to make everything I need, because that's quite a list. And we don't exactly have a whole lot. If we look over here, it says we need 2,000 iron. So, back to digging I go, and we'll be back when that's all done processing. Alright, so we're back, and it's not because everything's done. I am running at a limited inventory size. And if you chose to go with a higher inventory size or faster processing, then you may not be running into the same issues I'm going with. But purely stock, 3x inventory size, I'm almost out of space here in the survival kit's output. And it's been pulling resources up top and processing them, but I'm running out of space. And I've still got quite a bit left to process. So, we're going to take what we can from here and start placing things. We're going to start with the basic assembler. The basic assembler is really just that. It's the basic assembler. It will give us the ability to create the next tier of stuff. And really, you're not going to be able to get away from building this. You will have to build this. We're going to build it over here out of the way. And we're just going to place it slightly in the ground. And we can hit B here to change the alignment. So if we hit B, you can see a gravity align. Hit B again. Local grid align. And you can see it's trying to lock itself to the planetary grid. And replacement mode means it's not going to pay attention to anything. You can just place it. We're going to go gravity align. We're going to turn it until we've got it facing the direction we want. And we're going to go right there. Actually, we're going to do that again. So we're going to go gravity align. And then we're going to change it until it's free placement. And now using the delete page down, which you can see that up in the upper right hand corner, how to rotate this block properly. You're going to use insert, home, page up, page down, end, and delete. So delete and page down will rotate it right or left. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Alright, so rotate it like this, or rotate it like this. And we want it somewhere about there, I think. So we'll place that right there. Now we're going to put in the basic refinery. And you can place that right into the ground like that. And you got to make sure to place this so it's actually on the access port for the basic assembler. Otherwise, you'll be spending your time transferring the resources back and forth. And you want to leave the exposed access port right there open. So we need to come out this way now. And we need to make some... Actually, no, we don't want it to come out that far. We need some wind turbines on this as well. So we're going to actually grab our hydrogen bottle out of the O2 generator here. Throw that into our inventory because we're going to be flying up to place blocks. And we're going to grab the light armor blocks and hit X to turn on our jetpack. Oh, I didn't mean to place that. Now you want to be at least 9 blocks away from the ground. And at this point, at 9 blocks up, you're going to just do a clover leaf coming off of it. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to actually use this down the road for more. But for now, we're just going to do one off the side here. And one off the side right here. I don't have a girder on me. I need a girder to place the second one. Alright, so we'll place another one down the road, but for now, we're going to add resources into these blocks. See, we've got enough to make the basic refinery. If you don't like to wait for this to weld up, you can increase your welding efficiency up to 10x in the settings. Basic assembler. Alright, you know what? That's pretty much it. You can weld this until you run out of actual components for where you're at. So, but this is something I should mention that I forgot to mention before. You noticed I couldn't place that other wind turbine there. And I said I don't have any girders. Well, what I should have said was I don't have any interior plates. You need to have in your inventory at least one of the bottom item on that list to be able to place these items. Or place these blocks. So I need an interior plate in my inventory to be able to place this. Now, we've welded to get all of the material out of our inventory. Let's go ahead and we'll grab some more material. And we have interior plates now. So we'll come over here and we should be able to place that once we get done welding this up. But for now, we're going to focus on getting this up. Welded up before we place that other turbine. Great. Place that right there. Now we're going to start welding this because you can see we've got some of the components for it. And we need power. And it looks like we'll be working in the night. And we're out of components. So, back to drilling. So, it's going to be a bit of back and forth, but you will get there. If the back and forth bothers you, you can still play this game. You can go into the settings, you can change it to 10x inventory, 10x efficiency, and you can have a lot of fun with it that way, where you're getting more resources more quickly, and the processing is much faster as well. So, don't think that this is just going to be a huge exercise in futility. It does not have to be. I'm choosing to play on the default settings. Now, back to drilling. Alright, we're back again, and all the production is done. We can see all our components right down here in this output, and we're able to pick them all up, which is rather good, and it's really because we already did this. Now we're going to build up this basic assembler here. And we're going to fly up and we're going to finish up these wind turbines because we need the wind turbines because we got to have power before we can do anything. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add 3 more wind turbines to this, but we'll be using the better assembler and better refinery to do it. You can see my energy's low. If your energy's low, come over and hit the survival kit and it will refill your energy. However, it doesn't do any better job of that than the seat. This will, however, fill up your oxygen, your health, your power, and your hydrogen. You can fill them all up right here. But if you're just looking to get power, that's the only thing you're low on, sitting in the seat is just as effective for filling your power bar, and it's far easier. When we get to a point where we can actually focus on them, you will want to chase some of these unknown signals. They are free resources, and there's some nice little bonuses you can find in them. That one is not too far away, but we need to first worry about surviving when the wolves attack us, which I'm surprised hasn't happened yet, to be honest. I'm kind of in a hurry because I want to get there before we have. I want to get that done so we can be safe before the wolves attack us. So we've got resources in here already. We're just going to go ahead and add 3 more to our build planner, and we're going to say add those to production queue. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to have everything we need, but that doesn't matter. It'll finish up 1 wind turbine on its own. Now, we need to do some more digging and start filling that with rock. Alright, so I've been waiting for this. That is about the only wildlife you're going to find on this game, and it's a wolf. To take care of those, you're going to have to open your G menu, go to Character Weapons, hold the pistol onto your bar that you grabbed out of your seat at the start of the game, and it will automatically reload. Now, the problem you're going to have is it takes several shots to kill a wolf at point blank with good aim. And if you come in here and you look, you can pick up construction components from it. Now let's go ahead and we'll dump all this into this inventory over here. Just Alt center click. Oh, another wolf. Best way I found to take care of these is fly up in the air using your jetpack, and they will run away, which is kind of nice, but you don't get the resources. And that matters when you're early game. The resources are really nice, but it is a lot of ammo to be able to kill them. Alright, so if you get attacked by a gang of wolves and it's going to be too much for your weapon to handle, you could point out your jetpack and your saw are just as effective.
Your health is low. Health critical.
Alright, now they're going to run away and I can get hell. Because that was dangerously low hell. You do need to watch that though, because it is easy to die to those wolves. Especially when you're early in the game and you don't have a whole lot of ammo. Pretty good spot for me to come over here and make sure we've got our resources. I did move all the components from the drop pod to here. So if we come down here and we look at this, we should have everything in here to build up the last 3 wind turbines that we wanted. Apparently we do not. Make sure that the build planner is set properly by adding these ones to it. Alright, now we'll come back over here and we will tell it to make what we're missing. What components couldn't be put into production? Oh, I have too much of it. Okay. We'll add these back in here. Maybe we can, we can finish up this one. And this one. Probably low on power is what was going on there. Dump everything in our inventory back in there. Alright, so our G menu, clear out our build planner. We have a nice spot to get started. The one thing we do need to add to this that we don't have yet is a battery. And yes, the battery is actually going to be important. So we're going to come over here and we're going to pull out some steel plates. We're going to place a battery right there. We're going to start welding it, put all the plates into it, add it to the build planner, and tell it to produce. Why is it not working? Is it damaged? No. We have no errors. Okay, now it's added them to the build planner. Alright, so now this is going to go through and build all these items for us, and then we can build up a battery. And that's just to make sure that when the wind turbines are running slow, we have battery stored up from when they were running fast. So we're going to wait for this to process, and then we're going to weld that up. Alright, we're back, and it has not produced everything we need, but the output inventory for the basic assembler is full. So we're going to grab what we can and put it into that block. And we're just going to keep doing that because we don't want the inventory to fill up on us again. Alright, that's everything we need. Let's get that battery up and running. 5 power cells. That seems wrong. Oh, I think I grabbed some without using the build planner to grab them. So that messed up the count on the build planner. But now we have a battery. So this will store up power whenever the wind's blowing, and that will allow us to run things when there's no wind. And this says in 2 hours we will be fully charged. We don't need it to be fully charged. It would be nice though. Oh crap. Pistol. Man. Power cells are nice. I'll take power cells. Power cells are good. I'll also take a refill on my health, because 70 is not bad, but I want 100. Alright, so obviously this has been extremely slow going, but we are now all set. You don't really have to worry about it too much though, because this is just the slow start that is indicative of every survival game. Very shortly, you're going to be able to make a much better refinery, a much better assembler, and those will have upgrade ports to increase your efficiency, decrease the time it takes to make components, and also make it better with power management. So there's a lot of upgrades to the next tier of stuff. Plus, we're also going to be able to make machines to do the mining for us. And we're going to be able to go out and find better resources than stone. Next episode, we're going to put wheels on that drop pod over there, and we are going to make it into a rover because it has a built-in ore detector that'll help us to find iron, nickel, magnesium, all the resources we need to be able to make much better stuff. And it will be pure resources rather than stone, so we will get much more from the output of them going through the refinery. But that's next episode. For now, we're done, because I've been digging stone for hours upon hours, and because I want to get this video out and upload it to YouTube. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.